Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a quick review for Here's Negan Part 10. And spoiler warning, if you guys have not read this release yet, this is in the Image Plus, number 10, listed as April on the cover, but it hit in February. You can get it from imagecomics.com. Finally, they listened, and the Image Gods allowed for us to get it online. I've been complaining for a while in videos because I don't always get a chance to go to the comic shops. As you guys know, on Wednesdays, I have to work, and so I have to do my review for Walking Dead before I start work and get that done for you guys prior. And I don't, always get a chance to go ahead and go to the shop to actually buy a physical copy and do that. So I buy it online on imagecomics.com. You guys can do the same. Link will be in the description, so you can purchase this one if you want. It's a few bucks, but for me, even though it's only five pages. It's weird how worth it is. I mean, it's crazy because here I am reading like all of 163, which is the 25-cent issue, which has all kinds of crazy stuff happening. You got Negan in there, you got Rick, you got zombie herd army coming towards Alexandria and the gate and everything, all this craziness. And yet I enjoyed Here's Negan almost as much, and it's only like 5 pages, which is really crazy to me that's the truth, but it is. So spoiler warning, I don't want to ruin it for you guys. There's a pretty big meetup in this issue. Wicked cool. So eventually they're going to release the Here's Negan as its own solo story, and I actually I'll pre-order the shit out of that. I'll pre-order that like twice or 3 times because honestly, it's weird how much I like it. I enjoy it so much. It's kind of crazy. I think that Kirkman's writing throughout it has been incredible. I mean, for it only having just a few short pages per release, it's been amazing. I mean, from the reveal that Lucille was Negan's wife's name, and just everything that's been happening to get to see him, surviving the zombie apocalypse and that. So in this one, we see him. He's got the beard. He's looking scruffy and everything. He's got a bat. He's going around killing some zombies through a neighborhood and, surviving kind of on the road. Reminds me a little bit of like season 5 Rick, where he's got like the beard and kind of stuff. And being a badass, killed a whole bunch of zombies on the road, doesn't really have anywhere to go. And people keep running into him, and, survivors that are just kind of out there in the world. You got like a husband and wife, and they kind of meet up with him. They keep telling them, their life story. And I really love the way this transitions. It's got a lot of little cells, and you have Negan. Basically, you'll have someone who'll meet him, and then they'll tell them their life story as Negan's just like walking, because it's like he doesn't really want to hear it. We get the sense that he hasn't really asked, but these people just go on and they keep telling him about everything. And then in the next cell, you see, as time is passing, kind of like a montage in a movie or something without the music. In the comic version, you go through and Negan's killing zombies and doing the whole thing, but the survivors that he meets up are not strong. So they're telling him their life story, and then they're being killed. And then maybe we get the sense that Negan starts to get attached to some of them, and then they die. We get the sense they go to a Walmart at one point, and they die. And it's just like and then he ends up being alone again afterwards. So even though it's only a few pages, it's really impactful. The way they did it, where you really get this sense that Negan is this really strong survivor by himself. He's going through, and these people are latching onto him for protection. They're latching onto him because he's such a strong survivor. And even he can't save them. He can't keep them, alive. It's kind of like a Dale situation from The Walking Dead. Even if these survivors get with a pretty strong group, or they get with a really strong guy like Negan, he can't save them if they can't defend themselves. Eventually, sooner or later, some zombie gets them, and they just die. So he ends up getting fed up about it because he ends up snapping on this one girl at Walmart because she gets bitten, and he just gets pissed that you're bit, F you, and he kind of goes off on her. So go die, he tells her. So we get the sense that he's really losing his sense of Eros. He's losing his will to live. He's losing his desire to live because all these people around him just keep dying constantly. So he's off kind of by himself in the woods and that, and he's got a rifle, looks like. And, so he pulls the rifle out on somebody, and he says, things sneaking up on me in the dark are either dead or about to be. And he's cooking. He's got something he's cooking that he's caught. And then Dwight walks out. It's really cool. And he says, come on, you weren't going to eat that whole thing by yourself, were you? I'm Dwight. You look like you could use some company, ... And that's the end of this little short. And, to be continued. So very cool. He's got, of course, the full face, which is also kind of neat because we've never really seen Dwight, so far as I know, with Charlie Adler's artwork with the whole face, being able to see the whole thing. He's got the crossbow over the shoulder and everything, got the tats and all that. And it's just really sweet because it's like, okay, is this where we see the meeting between Dwight introducing himself to Negan? It's just, oh man, it's so cool, dude. So, wow, I mean, it's very impressive to me how even though it's such a short release and there's not much to it, it's still so impactful for me as a reader. So I absolutely love this mini chapter. Really great to see Negan and Dwight's kind of first meeting. And, I'm just excited to get, future releases of Here's Negan and to get kind of a glimpse, even if it's just a quick one. Like, it hasn't been told in the format like the original Walking Dead was, where they go into detail of every different incident that happened throughout, and we see Rick, and we see this happen, and we see Tyrese, and then we see this community, and we see the prison, and we see all this different stuff happening. But still, it's done in a way where you're getting some highlights of Negan's time in the zombie apocalypse as he's surviving through. And even though it's a shorter release, they really, did it in such a way where you're getting to see some really important points of Negan's post-zombie apocalypse life from the start of it until now meeting Dwight, and some other stuff that's going to be coming up in the future. So I usually give a rating, but it's hard to give a rating for a short story. I guess for me as a fan of Walking Dead, this one would be like a 10 out of 10 when Dwight kind of wanders out of the woods. I was like, holy shit, it's Dwight. That's awesome. At first I was like, is that Dwight? Because I didn't really I wasn't sure. And then he introduced himself by name, and I'm like, okay, yeah, of course it's Dwight. It should be Dwight, but I was in like some kind of state of denial or something. Like, so does Negan meet Dwight like kind of before? So is Dwight like one of Negan's like first guys to start the Saviors? Was Negan by himself, and then Dwight comes, and then the Saviors are like starting to be born, and maybe others join in after. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if you guys got a chance to read it, write your comments below. Let me know what you thought about it. And if you haven't and you want to read it for yourself, then just buy it. I'll put the link in the description to imagecomics.com. You can hop on there. Image Plus number 12. It doesn't have him on the cover. It's got a cover of plastic and green and red. So check it out. And man, I just absolutely loved it. Let me know what you guys think about the first meeting between Dwight and Negan. Maybe the start of the Saviors. Very cool. If you guys like this quick review, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe. That's it for this one, guys. We'll see you again soon. As always, it's Trev saying peace. See you guys.
You better subscribe.